it all. Well, hello. Good evening. The stream has started itself. Working hard or hardly working. Working hard, but coming up on my weekend, which is nice. We got one more shooting day this week. And then we take a couple days, which is nice. So tomorrow will be our last shooting day this week. I'm thinking about possibly taking a little road trip this weekend, depending. Maybe we take a little road trip. Maybe so, maybe not. You say nay? Well, you are the naysayer, so, I mean, come on. Hello, Paul. You are appreciated and a wonderful, prolific entertainer, but don't get a fat head. Lol, JK. Lol, JK. What? What's your problem, bro? Night crew. Oh, what it do? So you guys take 6 days on, 1 day off, or do you just take 1 day a week? Just curious. It depends on the week. We take at least a day, if not 2. This week we'll probably take 2. But I'm not sure yet. We typically will take, as far as our days, like with no shooting that's scheduled, Saturday or Sundays and Mondays will be our scheduled, unscheduled shooting days. But Mondays often end up being meeting days. So we get together on Monday and we meet, plan out the week, plan out the month, meet with employees, etc., etc. It's been a hot minute since I had some nice crab legs. I think it was when I went to the Silver Slipper Hotel and Casino in Missouri. They have a, quote, world famous king crab leg buffet that I went to. But that was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, so, you know. What are you gonna do? Hey man, 5 days a week is a work week. You guys are always thinking and planning out ideas. So always on the grind. Yep. Well, that's good. You deserve some time off after producing so much delicious content. Remember that, plebs. How's the business doing in general? It's okay. To be quite frank with you, we want it to grow. And one of the things that we've been working on is trying to test out ways to spur some organic growth on the channel. We know that the channel is not being recommended to people So we've got to try and reach around this in some way. And so a lot of the stuff that we've been meeting about over the last few months has been, kind of ideas based around how we can get a few more people in the door, how we can get some new eyes on the content. So that's where the business is at. Were you a Nintendo 64 or PS1 player back in the day? I was a PS1 player. Occasional popular guests, maybe. Like, I don't know. We've really designed a show that doesn't lend itself well to guests. 2's company and 3's a crowd. And, we're not really at the level yet where we can call these people who are experts in the field and that's kind of like the guests I would like to have on. I won't speak for the other guys, but my personal philosophy is on guests is if they're not adding anything to the show other than an advertisement for themselves, then fuck them. You know what I mean? That pretty much excludes 99% of YouTube. You know what I mean? We're not just not interested in having like YouTube personalities on the show. Like, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to us. We had Uwe Boll on. That made sense, He's a guy whose movies we talk about pretty often, and it was a great interview with Uwe. Yeah, it worked out good. QAnon also always talks about censorship, but no one ever talks about how DFF doesn't have 12 million subscribers. Conspiracy. Yep. Could you pull B-list celebrities? Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Penmonk has his friend Landon, who's a legit scientist. I could see him being a great guest. Yeah, it depends on what we're doing. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, guests, like I said, we didn't design the show with guests in mind. We didn't design the show excluding guests either, but as you can see, we've been very picky about who we bring on and why, and there's a reason for that, DFF is the DSP of podcasting. Okay. Are you one of those kids that spends like all his life trolling Darkside Phil? Yeah, DSP is Darkside Phil. He's like a gamer guy that still makes a bunch of money, but people make fun of him. I think I've met Landon before. I don't know if I've ever been on a Pimp Monk show with Landon. I think I have back in the day. You sad, Paul? No. You sad, bro? Would you have me on as a guest for $2,000? No. Do you want to know why? Back in the DP days, we used to have this, hey, come on the show and pimp your product kind of perk on the Patreon. And it was a one-way trip to Cringetopia. It wasn't worth it. It dragged the rest of the show down so that some other person who thought they were funny could be on the show. It sucked. It's a terrible fucking idea. Yeah, I mean, TJ's got connects, more connects than the rest of us do in terms of like, reaching out to people. I don't know if Joe Rogan is in TJ's fucking wheelhouse anymore. Rogan has ascended now. But maybe, he could go on Joe's show again. That would be interesting. Call in a couple of favors from some people that he knows. I don't know. I do know this. TJ is very careful about the company and contacts that he keeps. He's very sensitive to the fact that just because he's developed a friendship or an online kind of back and forth relationship with somebody, it doesn't mean that you call them all the time or ask them to do a bunch of stuff. In fact, TJ's very reticent to do that, even in situations where I think it would be totally appropriate. Like TJ, he doesn't like using those contacts, lightly, I guess. So. I mean, you don't ever bother, Marshall, for sure. But, I mean, you understand what I say. Like, I know people. Like, I don't have the contacts that TJ has, but I know people that I'm friends with or that I have contact information for that are well-known folks, and, I don't call them. I don't bother them with shit, Cinema for Cynics is coming back. Stay tuned. You'll know when it's coming. Coming back in a big way. Howdy, Paul and the Salty Army. Hello, hello. I'd love to see Kulinski as a guest on Flash Fried. I think I had a lot of fun with Kyle. We had Kyle on DP a couple of times, and I had a lot of fun with Kyle. I think he's a sharp dude. So I think you're right. I think he would be a good guest for Flash Fried. If you type Vosh's name in all caps one more time, I'm going to make sure that you're never banned. I'm going to make sure that this account is what you do for the rest of the time that you're here. Take 300 seconds. Think it out. No, you did the right thing, Marshall. Kyle seems like a really down-to-earth guy. I don't know if I would agree with that. Down-to-earth is one of those things that, I think like my mom is down-to-earth. I don't think Kyle's all that down-to-earth. Doesn't mean he's a bad person or anything. It's just not a quality that I would ascribe to Kyle. Kyle is honest almost to a fault, not as an insult, but Aspie people are sometimes like that. I mean, 'tis what it is. If you were going to get guests, Kyle could be good. Flash Fried or maybe the competitive episodes would be the most likely guest-friendly shows. Maybe. I don't know about the competitive episodes, but having Kyle come on and do a Flash Fried with us would be neat and interesting one day. It's definitely something. I should be a guest on Kyle and Crystal Ball's podcast. I don't really think that they're looking for me. Hello, crazy killer. Good evening. How art thou, sir? Man, maybe if you talked all politics on it. I mean, a lot of the recent ones have been mostly politics. I think Kyle would enjoy jumping out of the fucking, you know what I mean? The usual stuff. I think the ultimate goal here is to get Tim Allen on for Tim Allen 3. Silence the Vosh guy? No, let him scream the name. Like, who looks stupid in the chat? Let him do it. I'm going to let this guy fucking do this forever. I want to see how much time he will devote to sitting here tonight and spamming Vosh. So he's not to be touched. I literally want to see how much of his life clock he will run out spamming Vosh in my chat. Dude, Tim Allen probably wouldn't come near us, dude. We've pooped on Tim Allen too hard. No, it's cute. I want to do an experiment. I want to see how long he'll hang out and how much of his life clock he'll run down. It's like spamming Vosh in the chat tonight. I want to see what he's into. I want to see how he do it. I liked your Patreon episode tonight, Paul. What was it tonight? What came out tonight? I didn't even get a chance to look. I usually look on Friday to see which episode came out and how it's received, but I haven't looked yet tonight. Did you see how quickly that psychological manipulation worked? You see how quickly I wove the psychological manipulation web, dude? Vosh kid just was like, what do? Do I type it now? Or not? Dude, fucking just, I'm in your head, bro. I exist in your head. I'm all in that fucking dude's head. Ashamed of himself, like, how troll now? I guess I'll leave so it looks like I have something better to do. I'll leave so it looks like I had something better to do. I guess. I don't know what to do. Man, dude, you're like fucking dude. You think I'm new to this game? Think this is my first night on the internet, kiddo? TJ makes fun of these streams. I don't care. I make fun of TJ constantly. That's part of our friendship. Yeah, dude. I'm the king fucking bridge troll, bro. I've been doing this since you were literally pooping in diapers or before. Since before your dad blew that ill-begotten nut in your mother. I bet I was already doing this shit. Sit back and learn. That is not Dinor. That is a neighbor dog. Trust me. If you'd ever heard Dinor bark, you wouldn't be asking. I'm currently making a video essay on fascism in American school. Are you really? Yeah, he doesn't bark. He... Yep. I have kissed TJ. There's like video of it. We kissed on an episode of DP. It was one of the weird episodes where like we couldn't go live on the main machine because it was busted or some shit. So we did like a phone stream. I think people paid for me and TJ to fucking suck face. And we did. We gave it a good fucking smooch. Dude, Paul trolled so hard that made TJ crash his car. Exactly. I mean, just get out of the way with it. Sit back and learn and soak it up. Make what happened here tonight a learning experience. Remember to choose your target correctly and to choose your topic properly. Remember to bring something more than spamming because it's very easily defeated. And, I don't know, throw some spice on it, man. Throw a little spice. Like, just saying one single word, like, throw a little spice. Like, if I were you, I would be like, Paul, when will you admit that Vosh is your intellectual superior in every way? ? That would, but that I know that requires a lot more, you know what I mean, typing, but that is way more likely to punch a dude like me in the gut for a second and go like, what? Fuck you, motherfucker! Banned! You know what I mean? Like, I mean, but that was brilliant, though. That was brilliant, brilliant fucking Andy Kaufman level trolling. You see what I mean? Those don't happen all the goddamn time. Yeah, it was timed perfectly. It really was. Remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot. Why are you quoting fucking old British rhymes about Guy Fawkes? What's going on here? Paul, when will you speak out against Vosh? His simps are polluting the DFF fandom. We do not want their wretched hides here. Then you kick them out. It's not my job to police the DFF fandom, man. If there's a problem in the fandom, you have to be the fucking, what do they call that? Chemotherapy for the cancer. I can't do it. What do you want me to do? Yeah, dude, be the change you want to see in the world. The fandom of the opera is here, inside your mind. What do you think about Pepe Le Pew being banned? I mean, I don't know, dude. You can never ban Pepe Le Pew, so there's always going to be Pepe Le Pew songs out there. Oh, God damn it. Woo, good catch. There's always going to be Pepe Le Pew cartoons to watch. Mais oui, absolument. Why do humans feel like they need to be categorized? I don't know. I think it makes, humans feel like ape together strong. You know what I mean? Like they categorize themselves and then they want to see other people categorize themselves the same way so that they can talk to those other people about those things that they categorize themselves as. And it makes people feel like they belong to something that's bigger than them. You know, we're a tribal species, so... Hello, Lord of Duck. It's too late now, Paul Freak. It's too late now. No, it's okay. Hey, Duck, we're doing a like a very light ban experiment tonight. There's a couple of trolls that are being a little spammy, but we're letting them do it as a thought experiment to see how long they will do it. So just hold back on the impulse tonight, Duck. Keep your finger on the trigger. But just hold off on the impulse. If it gets too bad, I'll call an Order 66 and we'll purge these freaks. Am I allowed to join them? I mean, if you want to fucking risk being caught up in the inevitable Order 66, but yeah. Maybe tonight I shall engage the trolls. There are people who troll me just to get a reaction. There are people who troll me because they don't like me, or they don't like something I've said, or some position I've taken, or whatever. Tonight is your night. The floor is open to you. Now, you can spam with it if you want, but if you got a genuine fucking question that you would normally be afraid to ask in here, tonight's the night. I'll answer if I can. Are there people who troll you and not even aware they are trolling you? Probably. Paul, I've never said I don't like you. Sure, you make me upset, but that's not how this works, at least in my case. Okay, well, how does it work in your case then? I'm interested. Honestly, Paul makes a comment. I say something in slight opposition. Boom, I'm muted, banned. It's ridiculous. Can we talk? Hey, what do you think we're doing tonight? What do you think we're doing tonight? Vosh guy is back, yeah. He thought about it and then heard my criticism of it, and he was like, well, I can't, like, look how in his head I am. Dude, I told him, like, it makes it look like you have nothing better to do. And then he's like, oh, fuck, do I keep doing it? And then I was like, oh, now that you're not doing it, we all know that you're still sitting there listening, but you want it to appear you have better things to do. And now he's back. He's so fucking confused. He's so fucking confused. He doesn't know whether or not he can even speak. I was banned the other day for posing a hypothetical. Never again. Well, I mean, hypotheticals usually suck, don't they? Like, would you rathers or whatever. Normally, I'd be scared to ask, do you think bestiality is necessarily always immoral? Yes. 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 I mean, like, if you're not hurting an animal or participating in it, I guess it's fine. But, like, you know, like if you're jerking off to, like, hentai of, like, demons with big horse cocks or whatever, and that's your thing, like, I don't think you're hurting anybody there, but, you know, don't fuck an animal. An eighth from the dispensary is $60 here in Mass. Are the insane prices worth it, in your opinion, as opposed to street deals? Yes, 100%. I would rather pay the premium and the taxes on weed than ever live in a state where I have to buy weed on the street ever again. I've done that enough in my life, and it's just not fun. Hair is shining, though. What's your secret? I take care of it. I have a bunch of shit I put in my hair. Like, I wash it with really good shampoo, and I condition it with really good conditioner. And I have a dry shampoo that I use sometimes, so I don't have to wash it as much. A lot of times people overwash their hair, so I have a dry shampoo. And I have an anti-frizz dry oil spray stuff that I use every once in a while when my hair is doing this instead of this. So I have to take care of my hair for it to look like it does. I have not had my hair trimmed in close to 3 years. Split ends, I really don't care about split ends. I don't look for them. I suppose I probably do have them, but it doesn't. Will you show us Cricket, please and thank you? Maybe. I can't really show you him on a reliable basis, but the next time I know that Cricket is nearby, or the next time I'm inside and see him, I'll show you a little Cricket. Do you have better hair than TJ, in your opinion? I don't know how to quantify that. Yep, my shampoo bottle says Bukkake on it. Yes. Here, hold on. Let me make sure I'm getting everything here. I always forget to move to live chat instead of top chat, so I may have been missing some of the stuff. Do you like hard cider? Yeah. It's all right. Do you just squeeze it in front of your face in the shower and wipe? By the way, the answer is so far 30 minutes of life clock. And counting. Just updating those of you who are paying attention. 30 minutes of life clock. Dude's gonna be chilling on his fucking deathbed one day and think of like the 3.5 hours that he spent typing the same thing in my chat, and he's gonna go, oh my fucking God. What the fuck have I done? Hey, Paul, I wish I could smoke a blunt with you. I wish I could smoke a blunt with you too, bro. I'm nervous I'm going to get nuked by a Spectre who joins late. Well, I mean, if they do, I'll undo it. I can undo a ban, and I'll put them up on game. The Spectres that are here know what's up. Is pissing in the shower acceptable? If you're alone, I don't see why not. Just pee down the drain. Like, who cares? I used to wait so much time trolling your chat. I wish I could get that time back and do something more productive with my time. What up, Jamie Darky? Jamie making a rare appearance in the chat. Jamie's, man, dude. Milking the latest drama titty that's dropped. I saw. Not that I can blame. I have milked the drama teat myself. What'd it do, Jamie? How's it going? Jamie's in here all the time. I haven't seen Jamie in a hot minute. Let the tra-la-la-la-la commence. Yes, let it commence. Paul, ever hear of super obscure band called Apple Nasty? Oh yeah, those guys. Are there any right-wing commentators, politicians you have a soft spot for? I don't really have a soft spot for really any commentators or politicians in general. I kind of equally hate them all. I really am disgusted by like 99% of what I see in the news. Like, I have a real hard time sitting and watching newscasts, local, national, cable, otherwise. Kyle, yeah. I mean, they're very, like I said, 99%, right? Do you ever care about drama? Not really. No. I mean, back on DP, there was some like drama stuff that was kind of fun to engage in, but only from like a detached, trollish perspective. Like, getting actually emotionally invested in drama is a little, you know, I don't care much about drama as I do victims being heard. Gotcha. You were into Brett Keane stuff. You got into, be honest. What? I mean, of course, yeah. I mean, that's part of what I was talking about. Like, the lame kind of back and forth that you locked into. You know? Like, the good old Manatee, he fed that drama pot just as hard as everybody else did. He loved it. He loved basking in the glory, or I guess the anti-glory, of being the laughing stock of the internet. He loved it. It was the most attention he'd ever gotten in his fucking life. Oh, he was he was 100% into it. Trust me. Like, I was there behind the scenes when we were brokering these deals with him and shit. This motherfucker thought that he was doing a whole fucking performance art thing, and do you know DPP still covers the Manatee on a regular basis? I don't watch DPP anymore. Was Brett Keane for real? Like, was he actually that dumb? Yes. Working on all cinder blocks. I mean, that's my favorite one. But he actually said that and thought it was a real saying. Like has no idea. You know what I mean? He's that dumb. Zao Dadon. Like that's what he decided he was going to talk about Mao Zedong in a video and didn't even know how to pronounce his fucking name. Zao Dadon. Like, yes. Chairman Zao Dadon. Old timers disease, yeah. That one's more common than you think. There's a lot of people who think old timers disease is the way. But yes, he's that dumb. This fire needs another log before it gutters out. Here we go. Perfect timing. Perfect timing to throw on 2 more logs. Ooh, goddamn. There we go. We good. Let it burn. Burn the flames. So, Jamie, I watched at least part of your latest video, and I heard you say towards the beginning of said video that you had a problem with me. And that you were going to deal with me in the future. Well, here it is. It's the future. Smoking a bowl for you, Paul. Thank you. You know, Paul, just last night I was beating my wife, don't come tomorrow. TJ's channel will be gone. Oh, that's good stuff. No, I'm just kidding. Just trying to hype it up, you know what I mean? I'm a big furry. You've mentioned to incel people that hygiene is important for getting laid. I dispute that, lol. Lots of furry boys love my musk. Oh boy. Well, do what you gotta do, bro. Sammy the skunk is here, yes. How's Dinore? Feeling way better today. Shaking his head less. He played fetch with me out here for like 30 minutes today, which he hasn't been in to fetch for a couple of days because I think it was throwing off his equilibrium. So the ear infection is getting better, medicine's working, everything's gravy in Dino World. Thank you for asking. Fire is snap, crackle, popping, dude. You hear it? The new Pepe. The new PP. By the way, 40 minutes of life clock so far. I'm missing order 66 already. I know. I'm timing it though. So as it turns out, an 18-hour drive leaves you feeling hollow, empty, and so far beyond tired. Can't believe I'm doing it twice in 1 week. Oof. Oh. Phoebe, so we're doing a I unbanned him. There are a lot of people saying, "Oh, thank God." No. We're doing an experiment tonight. We're going extraordinarily light on the bans, and we're timing how long Homeboy is gonna spam that in the chat. It's 40 minutes and counting. So just an experiment, light on the bans tonight. And leave Paul Freak alone. Let him keep doing it. If you want to come on Underhaven someday and have a conversation about political disagreements, feel free, though, just so you know, it's not a serious disagreement, just a difference of opinion. Of course. And I don't care. I mean, it'd be fun to hash it out maybe one of these days. I don't know. I always enjoy arguing politics. You're going to have to sift through so much unreadable dreck. I know. Trust me. This is look, an experiment. It's a thought experiment. That's all. You really brought the beef with you on the latest grease trap. I agree, Vosh really is just a lib. I'm not 100% sure that I agree with that sentiment. Like, I do worry that all of his organizing and stuff leads people who seem to be passionately leftist and passionately anti-establishment to constant participation and following of liberal establishment stuff. Like, I think that that's not good. But this is not a thought experiment, it's a real one. I think it's both. Vosh is wearing a lib mask. He said it himself. A lib mask? I enjoy Vosh because he seems to cover stuff that's, I think he meant feasibly doable. He doesn't jerk off about some utopia we're never going to live in. Got it. Unfortunately, the things that are feasibly doable all end up being voting for establishment Dem lib candidates. It's crazy how that works. No one hates the liberal establishment more than me. However, I also think that sometimes you have to form temporary alliances with your enemies to get things done. I mean, sometimes I guess you do. I don't think this is one of those times. I think that 2020 and 2021 and 2022 are prime times for us to start organizing labor outside of the establishment and let the establishment go to fucking rot. Making pally-wallies with people who are direct enemies of ours doesn't seem to be working. I think we should do both. We can't. We can't. We can't do both. Well, if we're going to do both, then we need to start doing the other part of both. Because right now, all I see anybody doing is covering politics and sometimes making excuses for shitty shit that Biden has done. So, I'm all for it. Like, I agree, we need organizing. I wish more people would take charge of that. Yeah, I mean, well, you can sit around and wish people would take charge of it, or you can start doing it yourself. Like, organizing is not all being part of a workforce and organizing that labor workforce. Organizing is about talking about it and using your platform for it. There's 100% no reason why you can't organize from the internet. How does one press their leverage when they know you'll always support them? That's a good question. I mean, that's one that will get you banned, because I'm not trying to get my door knocked on by the Secret Service. Enjoy your visit, by the way. All right. Thought experiment over. Order 66 is now in place. Anything nonsensical, stupid, or spammy is gone. And gone forever. It was a fun little experiment while it lasted. Execute Order 66. I am, however, still open to honest, genuine questions about things that you would think normally would get you banned. Ask away. Order 66 is only on nonsense and spammy bullshit. Have you tried your hand at writing? Yes, I have tried my hand at writing. Finally, the spam trolls are gone. Paul, would you become a martyr for the revolution? A martyr? In what way? Like, I mean, I hesitate to just say yes or no. In what way? I'm a sheep that eats wolves like you for breakfast. Remember this, Paul? Yes, I do. Feel bad for trolls. Their lives are getting sadder and sadder. Paul, what crypto are you invested in? I don't. Why did you try to get close to Brett even though you knew he was as twisted as he was? Was it out of compassion, curiosity, or something else? I never attempted to get close to Brett Keane. I wanted to learn more. I guess there was like a curiosity, like a dark curiosity about him as like a personality. You considered trying to start some kind of movement with DFF. I know you guys aren't crazy big, but like you said, it's good to use whatever platform you have. I mean, we do that. I've talked unionization on Deep Fat Fried. I mean, we can't turn our entire platform into a fucking union advertisement. I mean, two of the three people on the channel have never really participated in the traditional labor market. So, you know what I mean? It's not, you know, we've done it. One of my whole talks with Vosh was put up there. We've talked to unions. Me and TJ have gotten into arguments about this continued participation in lib leftism while doing other things excuse, while the other things always get swept under the rug, and the only thing that ever gets done is the lib shit. Like, we've fought about this shit before. We've done it. So I do feel, I mean, I do it here a lot. So I do feel like I use the platforms that I have to do my best at getting people's minds oriented towards organizing and labor. Paul, there was one gaffe that Biden had last year during a debate, and the commentator said, if you're elected, you will be the oldest president we've had. And Joe says, what about Winston Churchill? I missed that one. If true, pretty funny. Do you miss hanging with TJ in the old house? Those were the best episodes of Highdeology. Yeah, dude. I liked living in the same house as TJ because we both work kind of like on the same creative clock. Like I would feed on him and he would feed on me. Like there'd be nights where he'd be out here doing like a stream or whatever, and I'd fucking just join that. Or I'd be out here doing a stream and he'd come out to smoke and, you know, not really think about joining me and end up sitting down and talking for fucking 3 hours. Like we seem to feed on each other's energy in a good way as cohabitators and co-collaborators. So I miss that for sure. Once everybody's vaccinated and travel becomes sane again, we're looking to do multiple, maybe 1 or 2, possibly 3 meetings a year where we get together specifically to shoot content together and stay near one another so that we can make just a fuck ton of content in the same room and then sprinkle it out over the year. So meetups would be super dope. Marshall, you know, I've already informally talked to Marshall about opening our next meetup for us, and I think Marshall's down. So, I mean, that's gonna be a banger. You said there was a time where you were particularly close to Scotty. What initiated that, and what changed? I don't think that it really changed, other than the fact that we don't live in proximity to one another anymore. So that's a definite change. I mean, distance creates distance, I guess, but I don't think Scotty and I are like at odds with one another or not as good of friends. I mean, we continue to be friends. Scotty and I bicker in a business sense sometimes, but that's to be expected when you're in business. With business comes disagreement, and with disagreement comes heated argument, and with heated argument comes sometimes hurt feelings and shit. But Scotty and I have always worked shit out and stayed together and stayed in this fucking crazy business together. And I have a lot of respect for Scotty, and I think he feels the same about me. I consider Scotty a friend, and I think he feels the same about me. Is there a specific area of labor or state or company you think is ripe for starting this movement? Honestly, the way that I think about it, and maybe this is incorrect, I think it needs to be built from the head down. So I think a group of people need to get together, that money needs to be pooled, and that people need to be hired to start doing some test infiltrations. I really honestly think that the way that this has to start is that one big company has to be picked. And I think Amazon is ripe for the picking. I think that if we can get 50 to 70% of Amazon fucking workplaces to unionize, whether publicly or in secret, if we can get that, we could shut Amazon down for days and days and days and days and days. So I think that that would be a great first move. So that's why I think it has to start from the top. The national organization has to be at least founded. And that takes money. And that takes choosing the right people to be on the board of it. And that means taking it very seriously. That means hiring some of these agent provocateurs to go into these Amazon fulfillment centers, get jobs, and start agitating for unionization. And if they get fired, you send 2 more. You know what I mean? Boom, boom. Constantly rotating these people around. Why would we shut Amazon down? To bring their many fucking labor abuses to the fore. To get common sense fucking labor practices put into place that would protect their workers from bodily injury. And you realize people literally wear diapers at Amazon fulfillment centers? My wife used to work at one. She'll tell you about it. Because they didn't want to risk taking too long in the bathroom. So that's why we would shut Amazon down. To make sure that workers aren't treated like slaves. And when I say shut it down, I mean shut it down with a strike and force Bezos and Amazon to come to the fucking table. He's not the world's first trillionaire just yet, but he will be soon. Within 5 or 6 years, he'll be a trillionaire. There's another meetup. Would y'all sign my old guitar? I've signed much stranger things. In fact, I think I've signed a couple of guitars, Phoebes. So, of course, you bring your guitar, it'll be signed. I can't promise you'll like what will be written upon it, but you get what you get. You guys could sign my Dinosaur shirt. Yup. Paul, I'm a broken record about this, but please be transparent about what's happening with the talent show. I'll be as transparent as I can with you, okay? The talent show was something that TJ wanted to throw. It was his idea from the start. And when he brought it up, both me and Scotty were like, look, if you want to do that, that's great, but neither one of us think we're the best to set up the back end of it. You're usually the game show guy, so that's your baby. If you want to do that, we'd pitched other things for this, Patreon perk level. If we reach this amount of patrons, we'll do this, right? We'd pitched other things. TJ was real hard for this talent show. That's it. I have no idea how to set up a fucking talent show. And I have no idea why TJ hasn't done it, other than the fact that, we've been busy with other shit. And TJ doesn't want to do it now. I don't know. That would be my guess. But you need to ask him if you want to know. I have nothing to do with the talent show as an idea, other than I signed off on it. Like, I agreed, yeah, you want to do it, let's do it. But, well, then you're barking up the right tree. What happened to the cheeseburger eating contest? You said you'd do it back on the gluttony episode. I mean, there's a bunch of little things that we've thrown around that we would possibly do. This is different. This is something that we put up on our Patreon. So I've been in a place before where I wanted to do something, got buried by it, and then just didn't want to do it anymore. I mean, one of the reasons why I didn't want to be, responsible for the talent show shit is because it's a logistical fucking nightmare. Digging through all that is going to be a lot of fucking setup and a lot of crazy, and he's going to have to come up with some kind of point system and some way of classifying it. I didn't want to do that because I'm not good at that shit. So I think TJ will eventually come out with it. But I don't know, when that'll be. I'll harangue him about it. I shall harangue TJ. No, that does no good. Just ask people to send in videos, review the videos, pick the top 100 or so, then do a DFF equals top 10 talented fans list. Like, what are the criteria? What are the rules? How do we judge completely different talents versus one another? Do we have categories? Is there a singing category, a musical category, a comedy category, a political commentary category? Do we just throw it all big in the mush mix? You know what I mean? There's a lot of complexity to setting up a multi-person talent show. Visual art, right. Do we just throw like visual art in the same battle as a dude, making his belly sing something? Like, what do we do? That's why I didn't want to do this. That's why I didn't want to have, you know what I mean? Or at least I didn't want to be in charge of fucking setting it up. Because I don't know. I'm not good at setting shit like that up. My friend Rodney never made it by to visit. Yeah, no, I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what happened. I know he's got a lot going on in his life and shit. And, hopefully maybe down the road we'll get a chance to get together. All right, Sammy. Your animal thing it weirds me out, dude. Not that question was weird, but it just I'm not gonna go down the fucking animal road again tonight. We've already been down that road. Don't evangelize your fucking animal shit. Have like a technical side too, like have people show off their websites. I mean, like, I don't know, dude. There's a bunch of different fucking things that people might throw in. I don't know if we're gonna limit that. I don't know if there's gonna be different categories. You know what I mean? It's way more complex than just like watch 100 videos, pick 10, argue about which one is best, end. Like, that's not. Like, people are gonna want to see the bad ones too. Like, that's part of this. So you don't. Okay, that's pathetic. Don't add that. Okay, well, you know what I mean. We're talking about the breadth and fucking depth that you'd have to go through to really design a talent show that people want to watch and make that flow. And TJ is good at that. Like, TJ is good at designing these wacky fucking game show episodes. I don't, like, we do these quiz type of episodes with each other, but those are, those are different. These are like, setting up a whole fucking game show type of environment and coming up with all the shit for it and conceptualizing it, working with the editors and all that stuff. Like, it's going to take a lot of time and effort on TJ's part, and he'll do it. Like I said, I'll harangue him a little more. I'll give him a right haranguing. Next time we meet, I shall harangue him. TJ's working on this completely on his own, then I say it's going to be half-assed either way if you're waiting for the perfect way to do it. I don't know if that exists, Paul. I'm not waiting for anything. I'd consider sending in a drawing if you'd accept it. I'm not particularly good, but I thought it might be fun to give it a shot. Why not? It's kind of the point, Like, we want to get everybody involved, have everybody throw in their little talents and stuff and see what comes out of it, and come up with a prize structure and give away some different prizes maybe to people. Like, that's the idea, at least, in my mind. But I don't know. I got to be honest with you. I'd also be open to just doing something else of equal value, or greater value. Like, replace it with a big fucking long-ass 24-hour show or a 12-hour show or some shit. Or we cover a bunch of wacky topics and play video games and hang out and do, I think people would enjoy that too. So I'd be fine doing that. A case of SpaghettiOs, eh? Whole case. I don't know about a 24-hour show, dude. Those are fucking brutal. A 24-hour show is pretty brutal. Yeah, dude, I'd really rather not do another 24-hour show, to be honest with you. But, you know, who knows what'll happen. The only thing I'm hard and fast about is, like, never doing another drinking / smoking challenge episode ever again. Like, I'm never gonna do, like, fucking drinking stunts again. I'm done with that. I'm too old. I can't fucking hang anymore. Let the young bucks do the fucking binge drinking shit. I can't deal. Which episode was the drinking stunt? We did a big crazy TJ fucking game show episode that I won. But in order to win it, I had to drink, like, I don't know. I didn't even know how much I drank that night. So it was DFF equals Stevie and the crazy drinking episode or whatever the fuck it was. I can't remember what it's called. I remember nothing about it. I blacked it out of my mind. I did win the red liquid from the dark sarcophagus, and I tasted of its bitter fruits. Besides the slabs, are there any more fascinating little communities full of lovingly drug-addled gay anarchists? None that I know of, Phoebes. If I hear of any, I'll let you know. In Cali, I mean, like there are places like the Bay Area is your best bet. Like the Bay Area is, you know, has always been a hippie magnet, always been a magnet for, you know, people on the fringes and people, especially people on the left fringes, and gay folk and queer folk. So yeah, San Francisco and just the Bay Area in general, I would definitely recommend. Santa Cruz, California is another good hippie spot. I don't know how it's going to be due to the lockdown, but there's a beach boardwalk there. There's a lot of beaches there, a lot of hippie kind of culture there. So, you know, you could go there. It's also a bit of a touristy kind of spot, though. So you gotta know your way around it. But it's definitely got that vibe for sure. Amazing clam chowder. Ah, yes. The Central Coast of California is known for its clam chowder. So I would go back to California and go to Pismo just for the fucking clam chowder at Splash. Full blown. No, I don't have a conventional retirement in mind. If I can keep doing this or something adjacent to this for the rest of my life, or this leads to some other creative endeavor, I will do that until I can't do it anymore. And that'll be that. My back okay, Grandpa? No, my back is not okay. Thanks for asking, though, grandson. Now change the channel on the TV for me so I don't have to get up and then get the fuck out of here. You're bugging me. See, I love that. Like, you're an old man. Yeah. Now go get me a fucking iced tea and shut the fuck up. You're bothering me. Get out of the TV room. You're just telling me I have dominance over you. I'm the silverback in the room. Like, yeah. Good meme. Good roast. Morro Bay is beautiful. I had a chowder bowl and fish and chips there, carb coma. Oh my God, dude. I don't know how you ate anything other than a chowder bowl. I go to Splash every time I'm in that area. Pismo Beach, California is where the original one is. I've never been. There's now two of them. There's one in San Luis Obispo, which is just right down the road from Pismo. And I don't think I've ever been to that one. The original one is right down the pier in Pismo. And, oh, shit. It's fucking amazing. My order there is I get a clam chowder bread bowl and a drink. And I go and get pink lemonade, and I sit down, and I eat the clam chowder, and I drink a pink lemonade, and I'm a happy boy. It's the best fucking clam chowder anywhere in the world. I don't care who tells you different. They're lying. It's fucking insane. Just got my stimulus. Here's $5. I miss OC in San Diego. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I love Orange County. I'm not as huge a fan of San Diego. I spent a little time in San Diego when I was younger, and I didn't really, I don't know. It's too hot and too fucking military for me. Oh, that was good. Warmed them buns up a little bit. Yep, the chowder is so good. It will indeed make you want to jump up and slap your mama. Thoughts on Nevada? I want to move there. I am a lizard. I lived in Arizona for a few years, and I found it pretty doable. Arizona is definitely a state I would consider possibly moving back to. Especially now that it's got legal weed. Lol, don't. It sucks. I don't know, man. I didn't think so. I lived in Phoenix, and then most of the suburbs of Phoenix except for Scottsdale. I lived in Chandler for a long time, and then I lived in Mesa and Tempe for a while. So, yeah. I know he was talking about... I'm just saying, like, similar climates. He's talking about the heat there, and it's like, yes, it's doable to live in a place where during the summer it's like 112 for 7 days in a row. You can do it. You can... Nah, man, the desert is not depressing. It is fucking beautiful. If you've never been at in the desert at night, it's so eerie and beautiful and like a moonscape. And during the day, it's just like... I don't know, man. There's something about it. There's something majestic about the desert. I definitely disagree. I'm in Utah. No, I don't like the desert. Well, that's fine. Great place to cook meth, I guess, if that's what you're into. Vegas would be a cool city to live in. I don't know about that. Every humdrum place considers itself the meth capital of the world. That's probably true. Humdrum. Favorite rap beefs. I mean, I liked the original Dr. Dre versus Eazy-E. They roasted each other pretty fucking hard for a while. Jay-Z versus Nas was good too. Nas won that one, by the way. Oh yeah, Jay-Z has to still be salty about that. Godson across the belly. It shows you lost already. There's nothing like grown men reciting poetry at each other over a disagreement. It's refined. I agree, dude. It's a shame that some rap beefs escalate to actual in real life beefs, but people that can beef it out just via spitting poetry at each other, that's cool. 50 versus Ja Rule. Nah, bro. Nah, that one doesn't rise to the occasion. Yeah, I liked following Tekashi 6ix9ine's kind of troll beefing. Like he would he would talk like shit to all these like gang sets. He'd be like, yo, fuck you, I'll come to your city or whatever. And they'd be like, you better not. And they'd make all these videos looking all hard, all gangstered up with their bandanas on, holding ARs and shit, and being like, you know, it's right here's the Tekashi 6ix9ine welcome party. Don't come to Houston, motherfucker. You know, trying to look all hard. And then like Tekashi would post a bunch of Instagram shit from all around Houston, being like, I'm in your city. It's just like, then he'd disappear. Dude, whatever. Dude, you're just mad because he trolled. He trolled hard. Dude, that's actual trolling. You have to give him credit there. He put his ass on the line to troll that shit. He showed up in cities where he was not wanted, and even if he did scurry away, it's more than you would do if a fucking whole gang set wanted you dead. True. Come on. He's a snitch. Whatever. You would be too if you were looking down the barrel of sitting in prison for the rest of your life. Don't act like you wouldn't fucking give up some rat fucks. Like, I love people that act like they wouldn't, if they were facing some kind of 25 to life federal murder beef, that they wouldn't fucking rat on their own mama to beat it. Like, there's no fucking way, bro. Prison is not fun. Prison as a once popular like rapper who talked a bunch of fucking shit, that's a death sentence. Dude saved his own life. The mafia, yeah, the mafia is all about this fucking like code of honor shit. Dude, it is riddled with snitches. It's just, yep, rap snitches, telling all their business. Stand up in court and be their own star witness. Do you see the perpetrator? Yeah, I'm right here. Fuck around, get the whole label locked up for years. Rap snitches, telling all their business. Yes, I do like MF though. Sad when we heard he passed. Smoke Perp. What about Smoke Perp? Paul, do you have any good angsty music suggestions for me? I need some new gym music. Like, what do you mean by angsty? Like, what, like, so it's gym music, so I'm assuming you want, like, some up-tempo shit? Dude, you probably haven't heard it. Here's a couple. You have to open your mind to some different types of fucking music, though, and I don't know what your tolerance level is. Like, what kind of music do you like? Let's put it that way. What's your home base? Or are you somebody that's all over the musical map? Because if you're all over the musical, okay, you're very open. Okay. 2 bands, then, that I'll recommend for you at the gym. Sleigh Bells. They're a kind of early, mid-2000s, like 2010, 2008, 2009 kind of era band. Sleigh Bells and The Knife. The Knife is a brother-sister duo from, I want to say, like Iceland or Greenland or some shit, or Sweden, some Nordic shit. But yeah, get Silent Shout by The Knife. That album is so fucking dope. And get the first album that the Sleigh Bells released to try that shit out and see if you vibe with it. Hop in the whip and I'm looking for skins. I got acquaintances, I ain't got friends. Nope. Oh, by the way, Marshall, your new fucking song and video, dope as fuck, dude. I try to boost that shit. If you guys haven't watched it yet, go check out Marshall's channel right now. Leave the fucking thing and go to Marshall's channel. You can link it up, Marshall, if you want. It's dope. Dope as fuck. Go check it out. Put it on your watch later list. Subscribe to Marshall, all that shit. If my fellow millennials got their emo revival recently, would there ever be an Apple Nasty and government fund reunion for us? I don't know, man. I mean, all the original members are still alive. We're all kind of scattered now, you know. Government fund, I would say, would be more likely to have a reunion thing than Apple Nasty in its original form. Just getting all the 3 of us in the same room might be a tough prospect. But not that there's any bad blood. Like I said, we just have, you know, we all live very different lives now, so. How was this week for me? It was okay. Started off kind of stressful because Dinor was not feeling well. He was suffering with that ear infection, but he's feeling so much better now, and that makes me feel better. And we had a really productive week shooting wise, like a really smooth, productive week. And it felt good today to know that like tomorrow we get together, we film a piece of content, and then we can all like chill for a couple of days knowing that we busted it out. We pushed our fucking selves this week and we made a lot of content. So that's good. That's a good feeling. That's always a good feeling. So yeah, pretty good week overall. I'll go warm my buns by this fire again. Yeah, you could do another log. Walk you guys over here and I'll get a log. This fire looks like it could use another log. Let's see, what do we want? This big motherfucker right here looks good. Yeah. Throw that on there. Hiss and pop. There we go. I'm full of good vibes. I'm glad you think so, my friend. I try and I try and project those sometimes here. I have not seen these Snoop Dogg rage quit memes, no. But I'll check them out. I like a good meme here and there. Not all memes, but if it comes recommended, you know, I'll check out a meme. I wish you were my dad. No, you don't. So weird, dude. Thoughts on H3, dude? That's a throwback right there. H3, bro. Are they still around doing things or what? You haven't met my dad. You haven't met me. Thoughts on Vosh. Vosh on Vosh, dude. Some Vosh on Vosh action. I'd join that OnlyFans. They have a boring podcast. Well, yeah. I mean, that was their thing, right? So I guess that's a yes. They're still around. Lame. Do you guys find it funny socialists like Vosh and Hassan try their hardest to defend Biden? Yes. I wonder how many Zoomers watch Paul/DFF. There's a few probably. You still play a lot of video? Not a lot, but I still do play. Dopamine loop, a dopamine loop. Are you able to listen to your first EP appearances or any of your appearances afterwards? I'm able to, I just don't. Like, I've seen them, you know, I lived them. I don't really need to see them again. So many edgy YouTubers just went down the toilet. Paul, you know you can easily manipulate the Vosh drama into blood sports to promote DFF and then increase that cheddar, then spend it on real socialism. That sounds like a roundabout way. How about I just keep talking about what I believe in and we'll see if that works. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end this. Thank you guys for chilling. I'll see you next time. Bye.